Eye specialists are seeing more cases of dry eye disease linked to lockdown. They're warning people to seek help as a new treatment is added to the PBS, and the cause of the illness may surprise you.
Yeah, castor oil can be nice too.
With it?
It's very thick and sticky.
Do you use castor oil for many remedies?
Lots of remedies. Great in the eyes. Do you know what amazes me? People say, oh, but Barbara, is it safe? Do people ever ask the doctor, is it safe when they're going to put a needle in the eye? I would never let anyone put a needle in my eye.
Who puts a needle in their eye?
They put needles in people's eyes to release pressure for glaucoma when all they really need is castor oil.
Dr. Barbara shares a story about an old Australian bush remedy for eye health using castor oil. She suggests that if something gets in your eye, a drop of castor oil can help remove it. For people with conditions like glaucoma or cataracts, she recommends putting a drop in each eye before bed. Here's the whole story.
Now, an old bush remedy in Australia is if you get something in your eye, put a drop of castor oil in your eye. And another recipe, I have not used this, but I have had people testify for glaucoma and cataracts, put one drop in each eye before you go to bed at night. That's the only time you do it because you'll go a bit blurry. But because you're going to sleep, it doesn't matter.
Castor oil, derived from castor beans primarily grown in Africa, South America, and India, has a rich history that spans over 1,400 years. It's renowned for its safety and versatility in various applications, including medicinal and cosmetic uses. One of its notable applications is in eye care, where castor oil eye drops provide an organic alternative to traditional over-the-counter products. These eye drops offer several key benefits, particularly for those dealing with dry eyes. They effectively treat meibomian gland dysfunction, a common condition that disrupts the natural tear film and contributes to dryness and irritation. By improving tear stability and thickening the lipid layer of the tears, castor oil helps prevent infections and alleviate uncomfortable symptoms. Additionally, it minimizes tear evaporation, addressing both dryness and discomfort that many experience throughout the day. Castor oil is not only effective for its lubricating properties, it also boasts antimicrobial and anti-inflammatory benefits. These characteristics enhance the tear film lipids, creating a healthier environment for your eyes. Research suggests that these eye drops can remain effective for up to 4 hours, providing extended relief without frequent reapplication. Using castor oil eye drops is simple. Start by washing your hands thoroughly to maintain hygiene. Then tilt your head back slightly and gently pull down your lower eyelid with your index finger, forming a small pouch. While looking up, squeeze one drop into this pouch. Close your eye afterward to allow the drop to spread evenly across the surface without wiping it away. If any liquid spills, use a clean towel to gently pat it dry. It's important to remember that when your eyes receive the right support, they can begin to heal and feel more comfortable. Before you get started, it's wise to perform a patch test to check for any allergic reactions. If your skin responds well, you're all set to unlock the many benefits of castor oil for your eye health. The modern world demands a lot from our eyes, constantly staring at screens, reading small texts, and focusing on short distances. Over time, this creates strain that leads to various eye problems. Dr. O'Neill says this is where most people go wrong. Instead of addressing the root cause, they rely too much on glasses, which only make the muscles in our eyes lazy. So, give your eyes a break. She recommends looking at far-off things like trees and clouds to reduce the strain. It sounds simple, but when was the last time you gave your eyes that kind of rest?
When you give the eyes the right conditions, they have the ability to heal. Eyes need you to be well hydrated. Eyes need you to sleep for 8 hours a night, ideally starting at about 9 o'clock. Eyes also need you to reduce your technology time. That's one of the biggest eye weakness. The cells in the eye need nutrition, so that's high fiber, lots of fruits and vegetables.
And how much time do you or your children spend staring at screens? O'Neill stresses that too much screen time, especially for kids, is silently harming their vision. The strain caused by excessive screen exposure can eventually lead to more severe problems. But there's a trick. Her 20-20-20 rule. After every 20 minutes of screen time, take a 20-second break to look at something 20 feet away. It sounds simple, right? Yet, it might be the most important step to prevent early vision damage. Also, you might think exercising and eye health don't have much in common, but O'Neill disagrees. Her advice is to do rebounding exercises. These little jumps aren't just good for fitness. They help strengthen eye muscles and improve circulation. Better circulation means healthier eyes, potentially saving your vision from long-term issues.
But the particular exercise that strengthens the eyes is when you rebound, you focus on something. Where I'm staying at the moment, where the rebounder is, there's windows that have frames like this. So what I do is I focus on the frame and the plant outside jumps in my peripheral vision. And then after 10 seconds, I change my focus and my focus on the plant outside, and then the window frame jumps like this. So if every 10 seconds on the rebounder, you keep changing your focus. Can you see how that is strengthening the muscles in your eyes?
Sunlight is another key element in O'Neill's eye health plan. Spending at least 3 hours outdoors each day in natural light can greatly benefit your vision. It's not just about increasing your vitamin D, it also helps strengthen your eyes. However, it's important to be cautious. Always wear sunglasses to protect against harmful UV rays. A bit of sun is beneficial, but too much can lead to negative effects.
So what you do is you close your eyes, put your head up, and let the sun's rays go through your eyelids. And just do that for even 10-20 seconds, then put your head down, open your eyes. Your eyes will be used to the light. That's an easy way to do it, because sunglasses are not good for eyes.
Barbara O'Neill believes glasses could be a part of the problem rather than the solution. She argues that overusing glasses can make our eyes lazy, weakening them over time. When you rely on glasses for every little visual task, your eyes don't get the exercise they need. It's similar to how muscles weaken if you don't use them. By giving your eyes constant rest with glasses, you're essentially allowing them to become weaker. What if there was a way to strengthen your eyes instead? Think of it as a workout routine for your vision. For example, wear glasses while reading or using a cell phone, but avoid them during daily activities like cleaning or making your bed.
The strength of the sun is being monitored by the eyes, and the message is sent to the brain. And when the sun is very hot and very strong, it gives a message to the skin to close up little receptor sites so you don't burn so easily. But if you go out into hot sun with sunglasses on, you can burn a lot easier because your brain didn't get the message that the sun's hot to close the little receptor sites. Now, if someone's going to be driving in the city all day, sunglasses can certainly help. And if someone's going to go skiing, white snow, blue sky, strong sun, they will need sunglasses because the glare from that snow can burn their eyes. So common sense is necessary.
Excessive exposure to screens can be detrimental to your eye health. Children in particular should be encouraged to spend less time on computers and more time engaging in physical activities. This isn't just about reducing the risk of eye strain, it's about promoting overall eye health. But what if you're already dealing with more serious eye problems, like cataracts or glaucoma? Dr. O'Neill believes there's a natural solution to that as well. She talks about the power of castor oil, a remedy that might sound old-fashioned but is gaining attention. She believes it might have the power to help with cataracts, thanks to its anti-inflammatory properties. Applying it directly to the eyes or using it in herbal eye washes could potentially improve conditions like cataracts.
And there is a way that you can get rid of cataracts, and that is 1 drop of castor oil wiped over the eyelid. It'll go through the lashes. The castor oil will penetrate in through the eyelid and also into the eye through the lashes. Castor oil penetrates deeper than any other oil, and wherever it penetrates, it breaks up unnatural formations, which a cataract is.
Castor oil penetrates deep into the skin, breaking up lumps and adhesions, offering solutions where other treatments may fall short. Dr. O'Neill emphasizes the importance of proper application. Soak a flannel or cotton cloth in 2 to 3 tablespoons of high-quality, cold-pressed castor oil. Let it absorb for about half an hour, then place it over your eyes. To avoid staining, add plastic wrap and apply heat with a heating pad or hot water bottle. Regular use can significantly benefit conditions like cataracts and glaucoma by enhancing circulation and lymphatic drainage around the eyes.
Glaucoma can also be benefited by the castor oil on the eye. One lady said that she read on the internet that it's not safe. Well, that's ridiculous. It's incredibly safe.
She recommends finding a cozy spot to relax with the compress for about 30 to 60 minutes. Afterward, rub any leftover oil into your skin for added benefits. If the cloth starts to smell, just replace it. It may seem a bit unusual, but the potential benefits could be worth trying. Castor oil is fantastic for moisturizing dry eyes, which can be quite painful. Its ricinoleic acid helps reduce inflammation and improve tear quality, making it a great natural alternative to store-bought eye drops. Plus, it prevents tear evaporation, especially for those who spend a lot of time on screens, creating a protective layer that keeps your eyes hydrated. By clearing out blocked glands, castor oil helps your body produce the oils needed for a healthy tear film, which can reduce dryness and irritation. If you're dealing with blepharitis, regular use of castor oil can be beneficial, as its antimicrobial properties combat bacteria and dissolve crusts on your eyelids. Your eyebrows can benefit too. Castor oil strengthens and moisturizes brow hairs, making them fuller and easier to style. Its fatty acids prevent breakage and promote growth, giving your brows a healthier appearance. If you struggle with dark circles and puffiness, castor oil's anti-inflammatory properties can help reduce swelling and lighten dark circles by improving circulation and fighting free radicals for a refreshed look. It also soothes irritated eyes from allergies or environmental factors, relieving redness and discomfort. Eye floaters might improve with castor oil's anti-inflammatory effects, but if you notice a sudden increase, it's a good idea to consult an eye doctor. The delicate skin around your eyes gets nourished and protected by castor oil, keeping it soft and resilient. All in all, castor oil can enhance eye health too, thanks to nutrients like vitamin E and fatty acids that help protect against damage. It's affordable and easy to find, making it a practical addition to your eye care routine. Apply it directly, make some homemade eye drops, or mix it into your favorite eye creams.
The cells in the eye need nutrition, so that's high fiber, lots of fruits and vegetables. Protein, there's your legumes, your nuts, your seeds. And great fats, because the membrane around every cell in the body is 50% fat. Your best fats are your avocado, your nuts, your seeds, and also a little coconut oil or olive oil.
Absolutely. Your eyes need good nutrition just like the rest of your body. So what foods can really boost your eye health? To keep your eyes in top shape, focus on key nutrients like vitamin C, vitamin E, lutein, zeaxanthin, zinc oxide, and copper oxide. Aim for about 500 milligrams of vitamin C, 400 IU of vitamin E, 10 milligrams of lutein, 2 milligrams of zeaxanthin, 80 milligrams of zinc oxide, and 2 milligrams of copper oxide daily. You don't have to hit these numbers perfectly, but trying to get close can make a big difference. When it comes to foods, fish like tuna, salmon, and sardines are great for their omega-3 fatty acids, which are fantastic for eye health. Raw red peppers are super high in vitamin C, which helps your eye blood vessels and reduces cataract risk. You can also get vitamin C from strawberries, cauliflower, and bok choy. Seeds like chia and flax are packed with omega-3s and vitamin E, while dark leafy greens like spinach and kale are loaded with carotenoids that can lower the risk of age-related macular degeneration. For those who are vegan or vegetarian, beans and legumes are great for zinc and other vitamins that support sharp vision. Nuts are another awesome choice. They're rich in antioxidants and healthy fats that can help slow down vision issues. That's all. If you're intrigued by Barbara O'Neill's castor oil secret and want to explore more ways to enhance your eye health naturally, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell for the latest updates. Have you tried castor oil before? Share your experiences in the comments below.